This is going to be our next 7-day outlook. Welcome back, multiversal soul familia. We're going to be going into multiple decks in this session to pull together a bit of storytelling with the cards for our next 7-day outlook. Connecting deeper with Source and Holy Spirit as our teachers and guides, as well as allies for these messages. All right. We're going to go into Oracle of Visions first to get a bit of a glimpse of the energy representing the collective. But before we go into the cards, we're going to say a quick prayer. Dear Source of all that is, was, and will ever be, I thank you today and each and every day for all that you do and all that you do through me. We call upon you at this time and stand in your divine authority, commanding in alignment with your perfect will. By the power of divine law, we now open our lives to abundant security, stability, and protection. No weapon formed against us shall prosper. Every curse, every case, cause, concern, conflict, and negative confrontation, evil eye and ill will dissolves into nothingness by the radiance of your light. We command true prosperity to flow into our lives, prosperity that nourishes our souls, sustains our bodies, and blesses all who walk with us. Wealth and resources are now aligned to our highest purpose. We command good fortune to follow us in all things. Doors of opportunity open before us effortlessly, and every step we take is guided by divine favor. We call forth true love, divinely ordained, harmonious, and eternal. Our hearts and souls are aligned to receive and give love in its purest, most sacred form. May our paths be illuminated, our spirits fortified, and our lives a testament to the boundless grace of our Creator. So it is, so it is, so it is. Holy Spirit, significator energy representing the collective. We're going to make one full pass. Ooh, and all these cards wanted to slide out. So, before we take a look at what landed on the table, what we have already in our immediate orbit is the number 9. Year 9, month 9. And this card for this message is representing sincere support, wholehearted and sincere support for one another at this time. All right. Number 9. Sometimes even bearing the weight of others, beloveds. Offering shoulders with which the other can perform. Raising them up, allowing them to be the focus of the audience's attention. His subdued posture deliberately taking second place. Hidden identity providing an anonymous contribution. While the effort and gesture is a noble one, there are times when we should come out of the shadows and take credit for our contributions. You do not always have to settle for being second fiddle. Be careful not to allow others to take advantage of your generosity. So, yes, some of you, some of the collective, may even be feeling that way lately, as though we're always playing second fiddle to something or someone else. Okay, let's go ahead and move along to the next card. We have number 1. This is also, yet again, about another period of letting go, releasing, shedding of some kind. A new beginning and releasing the past. The time is right to move on. Present circumstances have been truly fulfilled, and whether in the form of treasured objects, material, or symbolic value, relationships, careers, familiar surroundings, or even personal ideals, at some point we have to discard them, like a tree shedding leaves in order to liberate ourselves and allow for future growth. Each of the cards on the floor represent the Fool in different tarot decks. Released doves, symbolic for a new beginning. A new beginning that is a divinely orchestrated gift. Beautiful. Moving on from failures. This week, we also have the number 10. There is more to know about the collective's situations. This is about taking up study, doing research, and becoming more well-versed. Only you are going to know what that means to you on a personal level, as this is disclaimer alert. Disclaimer alert. It is just a general message. However, it's going to resonate in some way for everyone. Let's take a look at the guidebook and see what else this may mean for the collective in terms of our energy. Research, being prepared. Becoming more dedicated to something in particular. More sustenance. This also has something to do with ourselves and others going a bit deeper, beyond the surface. Sustenance. something more is definitely going to come to light for the collective this week as well. Ooh. A bit more on release with the number 24. Holy Spirit just said caged birds don't sing, even though those are butterflies. Hey, I mean, they all have wings, right? Caged birds don't sing. Letting go. There it is. That moment of release. Will the butterfly return or leave through the open window? A poignant moment and one of courage for the girl who has released the butterfly, but is herself a prisoner. Someone's feeling a bit stuck over some kind of fear, perception of duty, a loyalty to another, or another cause. Caring for a loved one or feeling trapped by financial, medical, or any other such circumstances. We also have number 37. This has something to do with reflecting about not how many, but all the different connections and encounters we've had throughout our lives. Number 37, reflecting on past encounters. Yep, relationships and interactions with others. When something seems to be missing in your life, it usually turns out to be someone. Each enters and passes through like a comet crossing through our sky. Some shine briefly, never to return again, and gradually fade from memory. However, beloveds, others settle in and remain in our orbit. Interesting. Okay. It seems as though this is a significant part of the collective's lives. Number 45. Getting off the carousel. Breaking free. Notice that the carousel horse is no longer on the carousel. They are now the observer. There's also something significant about cutting the strings, cutting the ties, and then tidying up those loose ends. Sometime this week, there may be a creative benefit in that we are encouraged to fulfill our dreams and wishes. The danger is in losing oneself in the role and losing touch with the reality beyond the stage doors. Hmm. Okay. So, this is also about knowing and discerning when to go at something alone and when to go into something new in a partnership or some kind of group. Knowing when to lead and knowing when to be led. Excuse me, my eyeball is just itching now like crazy. I must have a hair getting caught in my eyelashes. Alright, moving along. We have number 44 and a master number on the table. Hmm. This is about attracting like-minded. Attracting like-minded. Let's see what the book has to say though. Yes, unison, common goals, shared values, and at one with others. Beautiful. It is probably not love that makes the world go round, but rather those mutually supportive alliances through which partners recognize their dependence on each other for the achievement of shared and private goals. See, that sounds more like a transactional relationship, and that's not the path that we're on. But I am just reading a quote at the top of the description. So I don't see that applying to us at this time. What I do see is us gliding effortlessly through life in the companionship of a group, new friends, and groups who share similar ideas. Also, a strong affinity with other like minded souls. So, there will be more connections with like minded this week. And let's keep in mind now that it's perfectly okay to not be completely like minded about every little thing. Like, differences are important too. If we were all exactly the same all the time, like, how, like, where is the adventure and the learning experience and the fun in that? I mean, you know. We also have number, oh, before we move ahead, we are going to ring the bell for the blessings coming out for this 7-day outlook, since number 44 is on the table. This may be a good time to reduce the volume on your listening devices. 1, 2, 3. Ringing in these connections with mutual love and mutual interest this week. Mutual love and mutual interest of all ways, shapes, forms, and modalities. Yes. All right, now we can go into, we have 7, 11. Oh, wait, that's 21. Anyways, moving along. I was just thinking of the lucky numbers 7 and 11, 11, and I'm like, oh, look. I do see a royal flush in her hair, though. Now I'm hearing royalty. Loyalty. Loyalty is royalty. Good fortune is on the side of the collective. Be willing to be that risk taker and roll the dice. The cards are looking promising and are being well laid. But there's still one card yet to be revealed. Oh, look. It's a kitten. Your kitten is mirroring you. Through energy, frequency, and vibration. This is the luckiest, most fortunate and blessed number. Let's take a look at 777. Alignment. Your progress is recognized and alignment is here. It is within your reach. This whisper is reminding you to stay the course and feel Source working through you. Your gifts are being recognized. And the affirmation is, I blossom and bloom as I use my gifts. All things simply align as I feel the feeling of the divine. Alignment. Coming into our lives this week. All right. As well as more of that support with those helping hands reaching in for us. And truth be told, she kind of does look like me. Except my hair comes down to right about here. And I accidentally sit on it no less than like 5 times a day. Oops. Number 47, helping hands. Healing, caring, friendships. Tender, loving care. Receiving the healing energy of love. And these helping hands are sending help and healing. As one of the main reasons we are here is to love and heal one another. Beautiful. We also have number 17. Infinite balance. Seems as though the collective has been managing time and even our affairs more diligently and responsibly. Let's take a look at what the book has to say for number 17. Yes, balance. Finding a common ground. Equality of purpose, position, and desire. A pivotal point where we must consider our position and the position of another. So there's this quote here by Terry Guillemets, and it states, "If I'm losing balance in a pose, I stretch higher and God reaches down to steady me." It works every time, and not just in yoga. So, yes, the message still sticks that the collective has been managing our time and affairs more responsibly. A fresh new beginning is right on the threshold. It's still in gestation. Still in gestation. But this is also a new beginning that is highly protected in multiple ways by the quantum, the angelics, our A team, and so much more. A divinely protected and orchestrated and created new beginning. Number 12. Destiny. Destiny awaits us, beloveds. A grand part of how our lives will be lived, but also so much more of what we will achieve that is not just predetermined by fate alone, but by also our free will and choices moving onward and upward. A guardian angel is also present. And they will remain with us all throughout, offering help and support. Yet also knowing the limitations of their influence. I knew it. Our ships are coming in. Taking a leap of faith as well. She is about to just walk so carefree right off of that beam. It's a giant swing. She's standing on it like a beam. And she's so sure of that manifestation coming in. She's just that much more carefree. And these ships that are coming in for us are protected. They're protected. As well as the cargo. Metaphorically speaking, figuratively speaking, of course. And we have number 14. This is about being a person of many hats, many talents, many gifts. Collective. Creativity, imagination, creative expression. Sometimes creativity can consume our thoughts as slow-burning embers waiting for release. At other times, it is spontaneous explosions of inspiration. Either way, it is a wondrous human characteristic, and there are infinite varieties of individual expression. But alas, also an infinite variety of assessments by others. Look at how stoic she looks, though. She's not really giving off that frequency like the opinions of others are going to affect her drastically. It's as though nothing can deter the dignity of the collective at this time. There's too many different ways that we can be creatively expressing ourselves. Our options are limitless. And we're not required to defend any of it. That defense has already been divinely put in place for us so that we can be more trusting of Source and the universe, taking that next leap. But no worries of any drastic fall. She has wings. She has wings. Time to spread our wings and trust that they will carry us where we are meant to be, even if the destination is unknown. Allow Source and Holy Spirit to be the light. Allow them to take the spotlight for now. As we get more absorbed in those multiple different modalities of artistic creative expression. All right, now let's go into seed and sickle for more energy representing the collective at this time. Holy Spirit, energy coming in for the collective in the next 7 days, within the next 7 days. 7-day outlook, Holy Spirit, coming in for the collective for the next 7 days. Ooh. Get ready to reap the rewards, beloveds. In our immediate environment, we have the sickle. This is one of the best cards that we can get in this deck. This is all about harvest and rewards coming in for us. And in the northern hemisphere, it is harvest season. As of today, I believe. Today is the day of autumn equinox. I believe so. Let me double check. Let's see. Autumn equinox. Yep, it's today. Heralding the onset of the fall season that brings with it colder temperatures and longer nights. Interesting. Interesting timing with that. Today is the first day of autumn. We're in the northern hemisphere, so that would mean spring. Spring in the southern hemisphere. So either way, the sickle is significant. It's just going to mean something different depending on what part of the world you're in. Number 54. You've done it. This card represents finality and endings. All your hard work has come to fruition, and now it's time to reap the rewards. The sickle is a tool for harvesting, a link between your body and the bounty you have worked for through your own expansion. Your harvest is gathered, your loose ends tied off. Ooh, I was speaking on loose ends earlier with that marionette stage. It's in there somewhere. Yeah, interesting. We can now draw a deep breath, knowing that we've earned every moment of this, and just around the corner, the next spark of inspiration awaits. Sync. The last card from Oracle of Visions and the first card from the Seed and Sickle, which is also the most fortunate card in this deck. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And it's coming in for us this week. We also have Bramble. And that number 44 out again. That same master number is out twice from two different decks. Protection. I'm pretty positive that the fours represent protection. But just for the sake of looking, surrounded by love and support. A reminder that we are not alone and that divine forces are watching over us during challenging times, encouraging us to trust in our intuitions and guidance. It also represents, according to astrology.com, divine protection and guidance. Divine protection and guidance. Let's ring it in for the collective. 1, 2, 3. Ringing in that divine protection and guidance for the collective this week, as well as that assistance on our spiritual journeys and connection to our higher selves. Desires and dreams are coming into fruition. So it is, so it is, so it is. Amazing. Beautiful. Feeling guided to go into the Dusk guidebook to read on Bramble. A difficult time that made us feel exposed and raw. There's no shame in feeling vulnerable. The world moves on at its own pace, and there may be further challenges down the road that we will want to feel prepared for. So draw on the Bramble's natural protective and healing properties to help you rebuild your defenses. Grow some thorns and put yourself in a place where you feel at your strongest to weather the next challenge. Well, with every new experience, there's also going to be new challenges presented. It seems to be somewhat of a given, no matter what side of the tracks you came from or anything like that. As a matter of fact, I'm starting to believe that those tracks were an illusion all along and there is no other side of the tracks. That just falls in alignment with more fear-based propaganda. We also have Lavender, number 16, going into the Dawn book. I was one page away. Presentation will get you everywhere. Whatever your current goal, take some extra time to put your best foot forward. A new wardrobe, a fresh fragrance, or painted nails. Even just brushing your hair and straightening your shoulders will make you feel like a whole new person, and the benefits will show almost immediately. Some kind of glow up occurring for the collective. this week. And interestingly enough, I got out some nail polish that's about this color right here, like a lilac hue. And I was going to paint my toenails with it. I haven't gotten around to it yet today. Just a little something, something. In some kind of way, a glow up is coming in for the collective, and it's going to look different for each and every one of you, but it's also going to resonate for each and every one of you. We also have henbane, number 51. Heavy is the crown, I just heard. Number 51. Heavy is the crown, I heard it. Forgetting previous lives so that they might move forward to the underworld without regrets. It may not be your destination, but something is still holding you back right now. Find it, forgive it, and move forward with more freedom. Heavy is the crown. Excellent synchronicity, Holy Spirit. Holy Spirit is saying no need to even don the crown. Our presence is enough. There's more of that releasing attached to this card. So a lot more releasing going on this week. We have citrus in number 45. Reaching for the Dawn guidebook for this one. When I see it, I feel like a warmth that I can only describe as like a clear sense, letting us know that we are in the right place at the right time with the right people doing the right thing. Let's see what this has to say. This is a card of capability and empowerment. You've been stuck in a limbo lately, waiting for someone to make the time to help you. Ultimately, however, it will be faster to brush up on the skills you lack and do things yourself. Be like a citrus fruit with all its important nutrients and fill yourself with value and strength that will benefit you both now and in the future. Holy Spirit said, read from the other guidebook as well. So that's what we're going to do. Number 45. Packed with protective powers, often pierced through with a red string and strung in doorways to ward off misfortune. But we have been struck with a number of situations recently that we feel have been out of our control. But through the circumstances that caused them might be, the way that we handled them is not. We had inside of us the strength to govern how they affected us. Some battles could have been won and some were best left alone. Listening to our inner voice that already knew which was which. A major test that we just went through, beloveds. and we pass with flying colors, because that glow from within us is the real deal. And now we're going to take a look at the tulip, and then we're going to draw this to a close with a little bit of something from the Kipper. This is a story of how a laborer who fell in love with a princess. The king sent him on impossible tasks to deter him from his daughter. But upon seeing him near to completing it, the king told him that the princess had died. The workman, distraught, took his own life, and from his Blood, the first tulip grew. Ooh, such a dark story. So, the moral of the story here is, don't let the lies of others deter you from achieving your goals. You know how capable you are, even if others doubt you. Don't be fooled by the falsehoods they spin to keep us from our greatness. All right, reaching for the Kipper now to draw this to a close. Holy Spirit, energies coming in for the collective for the next 7 days. For and within the next 7 days, for our 7-day outlook, Holy Spirit, energies coming in for the collective. Energies coming in for the collective. Energies coming in for the collective. Oh, and that all hit the floor. So you know what that means, beloveds. It's coming to the door. And in our immediate environment, we have the main male. And Holy Spirit is saying it's because we are the main character in our lives, and no one else is going to dictate it for us. We are the main character. All right, give me just one moment. I have to pause. I'll be right back. All right, and we had 2 cards fall to the floor. The coffin and occupation. So what this is telling me, I see 2 different scenarios going on here. For some of the collective, you're actually going to be putting to rest an occupation that no longer feels like sunshine to you. Notice that it's dark outdoors. She has the indoor light on. The sunshine is over here, putting a rest to an occupation that no longer offers sunshine. And Holy Spirit just said that also no longer shines light on your true gifts. For others of you, there has been a transformation occurring in your occupation. We'll just say vocation. A transformation. Where you're shining light on humanity in multiple ways. All right. And the one that hit the table, courtship. So we have being the main character in a courtship, and either, so for some of you, putting an old occupation to rest, and others of you going through a transformation within your vocation or your occupation. But it's expansion, it's expanding. There's growth, like a rebirth that's leading to the ability to shine more light on humanity. And with all of these combined, I see being the main character in a specific connection that is in full support of these transformations, no matter which scenario applies to you. It's just going to naturally and organically be in support of, from what I see, not just any old vocation or occupation, but like the soul mission and life purpose of the collective. In our immediate orbit and environment, we have the privileged lady. And right behind that, the wealthy man. We have, my whole body just lit up and started vibrating. We have divine counterparts here, number 12 and number 13. Divine counterparts, playing the main characters of your story. And these connections will be in full support of your soul's missions. Wow. This is phenomenal. Phenomenal. It says right here, she is the female counterpart of the wealthy man. Right there. Female counterpart of the wealthy man. I couldn't have made it up if I tried. Beautiful. Gentle and a more gentle and comfortable way of life. Representing prosperity, luxuries, creativity, and wellness. Also, a lucky phase, being more carefree. I mentioned being more carefree. There's another synchronicity right there. Carefree. Being carefree. Beautiful. More fun, creativity. I just heard bigger than life, bigger than luxury. Because not all of us are out here chasing shiny things, okay? There's a such thing as modest fortitude as well, you know? It's like we are We are the luxury. The sustenance and content of character and the richness of health, beauty, which does bring in a little bit of admiration. I have to say it. Thank you, Holy Spirit. You're being admired at this time, collective. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And with the wealthy man, an entrepreneur or adventurer standing for career success, business acumen, smart plans, rational thought, and well-calculated risk. This card brings good news. It's especially auspicious for money matters, but not just money matters. Opportunities and chances. A young and dynamic, or young looking and dynamic, ambitious man. And not for everyone is it going to be a boyfriend. It can be a brother, a son, a best friend. But nevertheless, it's a new chance at something here. Multiple opportunities and chances for greatness. With this connection, the acumen speaks for itself. Quite literally. Privileged, wealthy, but that privilege and wealth, again, let's not think like greedy with gold fever or anything ridiculous and redundant like that. This is a health and wealth of content of character and sustenance together. When these energies come together, it is self-sustaining, true prosperity. Coming in this week, at least news of it in some kind of way is coming in this week. And it's going to mean something different for everyone. Alright, we're drawing this to a close with the Hungarian Gypsy Fortune Telling deck. Beloved, more energy coming in for the collective Holy Spirit and within the next 7 days. Here we go. Energy coming in for the collective Holy Spirit in the next 7 days. I had to show it to you even though it wasn't the first one to come out. A sweetheart is no less going to be making their presence more prevalent in your life. Even if you don't see them face to face this week, they are going to make their presence more prevalent. In the immediate orbit from the bottom of the deck, it says marriage, but it doesn't have to mean like a literal marriage. It can just mean a divinely orchestrated sacred union, becoming more solidified in some kind of way. For many of you, this could very well pertain to your vocations and not necessarily like a person-to-person connection of some kind. But with this one popping up to show itself and this one being in the immediate orbit, there is definitely love in the air, whether it's love for what you do, love for another, or both. Holy Spirit is saying both. It's a package deal. Love is in the air. Oh, love is in the air. Oh yeah. What else hit the table? Really? So we have loss landing sideways and then the house landing upright. This is that foundation becoming more fortified without having to take any losses. And any losses that are accrued this week will not feel as such. Now that song, The Gambler, you gotta know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to run. Never count your money when you're still sitting at the table. There'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done. One more full pass. It's on the horizon. Look what else just popped up to show itself. It's being anchored in. This harvest season is being anchored in for us. And for those in the southern hemisphere, it's being sown in for spring. But remember, when we're sowing new seeds, we don't see the fruit of those seeds. Right now, we're seeing the fruits of our labor coming in at the harvest. With, looky there, the cornucopia itself and unexpected joy. A bountiful harvest of windfalls in multiple ways, shapes, forms, and modalities. Some of it is going to be a bit expected and anticipated, and some of it is going to be unexpected. But who doesn't love happy accidents and happy surprises? And merriment already in our immediate orbit. With the windfalls, our flowers, enough to share, Holy Spirit just said. It's already done, it's already here.
You are not lost, you are
merriment. And some kind of news of it is on its way. And there's definitely love involved in some kind of way. And that is the message. I want to thank you so very much for tuning in. Multiversal Soul. Amelia. With much gratitude. Much gratitude and appreciation. And much love to your brightest of blessings. Agape, omni love to all.